you know.
The resorts don't have to pay for it. They're doing it.
So like, you know, at Deer Valley, Snow Basin, Solitude, we have customized surveys that they pay us additional to do that because they want that extra
Well, what-
information.
But then NSAA,
But the NSA survey is free for resorts that don't have a customized survey program in place.
sponsor that, so they can pay for it. Well, to pay for that, right? So we call it data for skiing.
No, all the ski areas
The RMC,
that I would assume pay a membership into NSAA, and out of the total revenue, they pay for the survey.
Sponsor it, and it's one of their benefits.
So what kind of different questions would someone who's doing a personalized survey, like you're saying, Deer Valley, they pay you for it? What
So they-
additional questions do they ask that we don't
So
in
again, a
our?
lot of it's satisfaction tracking, customer satisfaction questions. So, you know, how do you rate the restaurant experience?
Did they greet you at the front? Yeah.
They do. How was the
Were they
parking
pleasant?
today? How was the restroom availability and cleanliness? If you took a lesson, how was your lesson experience? If you
Are you
rented
wearing
equipment?
cashew outfit, you know?
Well, we get part of that from Brand X, not
Right.
from RRC. We get
Right.
it from Clarabridge. And so that's the market metrics for Clarabridge survey. We're getting a lot of that.
Mhm. The Ski Utah survey, the satisfaction piece of it's not a critical component to Ski Utah. They're more interested in the demographics and the spend data and where people are coming from and things like that.
So the question we're trying to get at here is it how many NSAAs does SnowBird want to do this year? I mean, I heard 500 Ski Utah.
So
You
typically,
want how many NSAAs?
Snowbird's done 2,000
Okay.
plus NSAA surveys.
Which is why then you want about 2,000 total, so you can extract it both ways,
Yeah.
both needs.
Yes.
So about 2,000.
Kill two birds with one stone.
So about 2,000 is, that's how you got to the number, is what I'm hearing.
Roughly, yeah. Exactly.
So,
And, go ahead.
would there be a daily quota that we have to make?
So, yeah, so,
Weekly?
15.
and this is,
That's for the 500.
this is based on 500, roughly, these quotas. So, there's roughly 17 weeks scheduled to do surveying for the season starting, pardon me?
And now it's about 15 or,
That's low.
Getting shorter all the time, right?
I'm just counting on the weather.
Yes, I know. And this is based on starting this weekend and basically going through the first week of April. There's about 17 weeks left in the season from that standpoint. Depending on the size of the resort, it's 20 to 30 surveys per week at the 500 level for you guys. Assuming surveys take place 3 to 5 days a week, we're only talking 4 to 7 surveys per day to get to 500.
Yeah.
So it's
Some
pretty
days
small
might be
number, it's
slower,
pretty
and some
manageable.
days might get more in, and that's.
Well, one of the notes I sent out mentioned that, you know, in 3 hours, 30 is not an unrealistic goal when it's busy.
when it's busy.
But I want quality over quantity.
Exactly.
If we turn in 1,500 instead of 2,000, it's still gonna satisfy both needs. And so that's why you're here, is to learn how to do the quality, where in the past we've worried about quantity.
Right. And actually I have a slide on this later, is that we emphasize quality over quantity. I'd rather you go out and do 4 quality surveys than try to cram in 8 surveys just because that's on your quota. Quality above all the quantity, okay, is the emphasis. If you emphasize quantity, you're gonna get that quantity, but it may not be good quality data that you're getting in return. Right?
Those paper surveys, you can do 10 at a time, you know, throughout the
Yeah.
day. That would be more realistic to get 30, but with a pad, that would be more of a challenge.
That's the
But if you have 6
limitation.
pads, why would that be?
Well, sure, yeah, if you have 6
What?
pads.
Yeah.
Well, some people, as you're, some people don't do it as quickly, they visit with you or they do whatever, and you're not gonna get, that's what I'm saying, you're not gonna get 10 an hour every single time.
Right.
No.
Sometimes you will, and sometimes you'll get 4.
That's
And-
fine.
And another barrier is I'm very uncomfortable handing out, in a busy
Right.
restaurant, I don't feel comfortable handing out 6 tablets I'm responsible for.
Right.
Like, keeping track of,
No.
oh, that one's gone.
We
Maybe
only
you'll
have
take
two.
3. Maybe you'll take 3.
Don't we only have 2 tablets?
Oh, really?
We just bought 4, and Mike is gonna loan us 2.
And you're gonna be able to this year to download it onto your phone, cause I know last year, like John or whatever was
You
able.
can?
And why do any of these people need to?
I don't know, I'm just asking if.
It's not the same, and I am not responsible if somebody
Right.
gives a guest their new, they can't,
iPhone 10.
10.
well, they can't use an iPhone, but, you
Right.
know,
You can do that.
top of the line Samsung,
You can.
you know, and it walks away. If a tablet walks away,
No,
I'm
it's
not gonna
Samsung.
cry.
Yeah.
S Plus or something.
And we're not gonna catch any flack from restaurant managers.
That manager has left.
Really?
John's swinging the axe.
No, I didn't have any part
I'm
of
gonna
it.
miss seeing them literally pull food out of people's mouths. Seriously.
We're getting off track, guys.
Okay.
We all wanna go home.
All right. Let's keep going here. So that's the quote, the page in the back that I included the full size for you. So just some other considerations, employment issues, uniforms. Obviously, you guys are in uniform and have a professional appearance when you're doing the surveys. You're reviewing the schedule and the locations consistently every week for where you need to go and what your quotas are going to be. The training materials, if often you guys haven't been here in the past, and we would have you read these materials on your own. So it's great that you guys were able to come out tonight, and we appreciate that for sure. Go through the questions, question by question, the copies of the surveys, the questionnaires, the A and the Bs in the back of this packet, so you can look at the questions as well. It's also available on your tablets now, which you can start practicing with. It's still in test mode on the tablets, but we'll switch that over to live this week, so you can start collecting data this weekend. It helps to role play and do some surveys on each other just to get a feel for how it goes, what the flow of the questionnaires like, so you get a feel for the questions. Once you get used to it, you'll just be able to rip through it pretty quickly on the tablets.
Are
or
those
even on
gonna be
paper.
the new tablets, those?
This is what we're using now. This is the Asus Zen tablet.
Okay, so those are the older ones.
Those are the older ones. Those were the Google Nexus 7 tablets.
Those are Asus Zen 7.
7s, okay.
I don't know if that's an 8 or a
This is,
7.
I'm not sure what it is.
That's what you told me to
Yeah,
buy.
yeah,
to
okay.
buy.
So it's like
And it-
thinner and a little smaller?
And
No, it's a
reality-
different case.
Oh,
This
that's,
is a protection.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and there's different cases you can buy out there for them. And really, there's hundreds of tablets on the market. Any Android tablet will work. We've been using these for several years now. They're pretty bulletproof. They're less than $100 a piece, so if you lose one, it's not the end of the day. They're not waterproof, but they, snow can fall on them and it doesn't hurt them. They work in the cold weather. We recommend charging them every night just so you have a fresh charge when you go out, so it lasts the whole day. But I have not had one instance of a tablet failing or having any problems with them, so they're pretty foolproof for the most part. Let's see here. Incentives, again, emphasizing quantity at the expense of quality. We just talked about that. Practicing on the surveys, and then just spot checking of surveys, watching for sampling, oversampling or undersampling of any particular segment. And we can look at the results and tell you, how many each person's doing based on unique usernames and logins. We can look at any particular person's results. Sometimes, we've had resorts call up and a 25-year-old male has 90% female snowboarders in his questionnaires. Why? What is this? This is not a dating service, so so we're able to track that and diagnose that if those situations come up. Okay. It happens, believe me. Anything that can happen will happen. So just some more survey administration guidelines and quality control tips and tricks of the trade. There's an introduction in the survey, just a general introduction to the survey, why we're doing this. After you select your 5th person in the counting procedure, hi, my name is Dave or Mike with SnowBird. You've been randomly selected to take our guest survey on behalf of Ski Utah. We are very interested in your opinions and feedback about your experience. The survey will only take a few minutes of your time. Your input would be greatly appreciated. As a thank you for your time, we have ski and snowboard package or the drink coupon or whatever you guys are handing out as well. If they say yes, great, you proceed with the survey, collect the information. If they say no, you just start the counting procedure over again, count the next 5th person. Sometimes refusal can have a snowball effect. So if somebody says no and you count back 5 more, that person says no, you count 5 back. People are hearing everybody saying no. It has a snowball effect, so you need to wait until kind of that group of people clears out of the immediate area or go somewhere else, out of earshot, and then start the process over again. It's kind of a psychological thing, the way that works. Anyways, the introduction, you can modify the specific wording. You may have something specific to SnowBird that you want to introduce, the way you want to introduce the survey, just as long as you get the general ideas across. Right? Okay. Again, select the person on the right one time, left next time. Respondents are generally 15 and older. We're trying to select. You should not select employees for the resort to take a survey. Again, you select the respondent, they should not select you. Try to be firm in that manner. And then if you're writing the chair, conducting the survey, it helps to try to isolate that person on the outside with you in the middle so that it doesn't become a group conversation, a group survey. It's just another way to try to minimize those kind of those problems that can crop in to your survey experience.
How successful are other resorts of doing surveys on chairlifts?
All of them do it only on chairlift. And it's really the best mix to do it either in the maze and the lift lines or on the chairlift. That's the best cross-section of the guest on the mountain. Again, because not everybody goes in the lodge or the restaurant, particularly local.